Yo, tell me I'm dreaming right now. Like tell me, like somebody please just tell me I'm dreaming right now. Let me give you the breakdown of what basically how the last 30 minutes have went for me. Because I was in the grocery store. I was getting ready to pay for the food, and then my phone just started buzzing like crazy, man. Just started buzzing like crazy. And I just looked at the first thing that just popped up on my phone. It was I think it was NFL.com or something, where they ended up trading Larmey Tunsil. The trade just broke. They said Larmey Tunsil and Kitty Steals have been traded to the Houston Texans. The first thing that just popped in my head was like, oh wait, maybe they vetoed the Seattle Seahawks trade. Maybe that was false news. I don't know, but I was like, okay, we got to get some type of good capital off of this. And then when I finally sat down in the car and I looked at it, really looked at it, it was Kenny Stills and Larmey Tunsil and the Miami Dolphins 4th round pick got traded for 2 first round picks, a 2nd round pick, offensive lineman Julian Davenport, and defensive back Johnson Bentabosi. I'm sitting here like, the Dolphins, they off me, dogs. I'm just sitting there like, off me right now. Off me. Because I'm like, we have been having this discussion about Larmey Tunsil and Jadeveon Clowney for the past 2 weeks. You know, I think I'll feel a little bit better if the Dolphins ended up making this trade for Jadeveon Clowney and send it over Kenny Stills and Larmey Tunsil. I feel a whole lot better about that trade than what just transpired today. Yes, the 2 first round picks and the 2nd round picks are nice. But at the end of the day, Larmey Tunsil is a top 3 tackle in this league. And don't give me the crap where the Miami Dolphins offensive line was terrible. Okay, from the left guard all the way to the right tackle are terrible. I'm just looking at this here like, okay, how many the Dolphins have 13 draft picks in the 2020 draft. 13 draft picks. Somebody please tell me how many of those draft picks are going to be starters. Somebody please tell me that, because I think probably like 4, maybe 5. And that's a little bit of a stretch. That's really a stretch. And what we talked about yesterday was it's extremely difficult for you to find a good caliber offensive lineman in the draft. It's hard. Us as Miami Dolphins fans know this off top hand, man. We know this. We've went through hell of a lot of offensive linemen that have not stayed here long. So now you end up getting rid of Jawan James during opening up free agency. Now you getting rid of Larmey Tunsil, possibly, like I said, a top 3 tackle in this league, man. Ain't nothing guaranteed when you go in the draft. That's why when it comes down to how I've evaluated the Miami Dolphins over the past several years, yes, they have a huge issue of overspending in free agency. But honestly, again, I'm going to say this again. I said this in the last time. They need to find a happy medium when it comes down to, okay, drafting players and picking up a player in free agency to put us over the hump to take us where we need to go. I am 110% off the table with this trade. Now, Kenny Stills, because I know that people going to ask about Kenny Stills. Kenny Stills, I already knew he was leaving. I already knew that. From right after they decided to sign Jakeem Grant to a long-term deal, Albert Wilson's still here. I knew Kenny was gone, especially since he decided to go out on a media and make the comments that he made about Stephen Ross. I already knew that was it. But again, first draft picks are never a guarantee. You got Larmey Tunsil for a steal. You got him at a steal. He drifted all the way to the 13th overall pick. He just fell in our lap. All you had to do, man. Ugh, goodness gracious, man. Goodness gracious. This has to be probably the most tragic Miami Dolphins trade that I have probably recorded, video reaction that I have ever recorded since I've made videos, man. This is ridiculous. Like, this is literally depressing. But let me Let me get down to what the Dolphins have received, what they got, what else they got received as far as the players go. Julian Davenport and Johnson Badimosi. Now, Johnson Badimosi, he's been in the league since 2012, and the reason why I think he was included in the trade was because he spent some time in New England. That's that right there. And then Julian Davenport, he played all 16 games at left tackle for the Houston Texans. But my thing is Julian Davenport. All I need to know is Julian Davenport is not that good, because they wouldn't have traded him for Larmey Tunsil for 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick if he did. So now we got a whole offensive line full of scrubs. I read a couple of tweets on Twitter. Oh, now the Miami Dolphins have 13 picks and now have an opportunity to go after Tua Tagovailoa. I don't care about that. I don't care. Like I told you, the draft picks are not guaranteed. They're not guaranteed. And I keep on referencing this back to the Jacksonville Jaguars game when Troy Aikman said, the Jacksonville Jaguars literally went out and drafted 2 quarterbacks in the first round, Blaine Gabbert and Blake Bortles. They are not with the team right now. Obviously, when you're in the war room and you're drafting a quarterback, you expect him to be your franchise quarterback for multiple years. And they're not there yet. One thing that was ensured, that Larmey Tunsil was one of the best tackles in football. Good God Almighty, man. Good God Almighty. I don't even think we got enough video time for me to just elaborate even more how dumb this trade was. To be honest with you, I don't even know who won. I don't even know who won out of the two, the Texans or the Dolphins. I don't know who won. Because Tunsil has the option, if he doesn't want to stay with the Houston Texans, he can roll. But let me know what you guys think. You know what it is. If you enjoy the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Like always, Dolphins fans, keep your head up. I'm up out of here.